Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? Oh yeah, I've heard not one, but now 3 different people talking about gold 3 times higher than it is now before the end of the year because of inflation. Woo, I thought to myself, that sounds a little ridiculous. And I went back to listen to another channel, and they were saying the same thing. Now, how realistic is it? I don't know. They're the experts. 3 times. We're going to show you some different things that you should be aware of. Some of it is a little brush up. And let's hope that you are stacked up with both gold and silver to take advantage of what's going on. So, before we get started, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button because it helps us get past the YouTube algorithm. And also, if you're not a subscriber, please do so because when you do, it helps out the channel and I surely do appreciate that. A quick disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor, an accountant, nor an attorney. The advice that I give is freely and of my own opinion. Hey folks, just a quick reminder that back in 2008 and 9, a lot of people lost all of their retirement savings in their 401ks and IRAs because they did not own gold and silver. Yeah, that's right, gold and silver protects you from a market crash. So do yourself a favor, protect your retirement by purchasing gold and silver. You can go to moneymetals.com, reach out to them, and they will help you set yourself up to protect you and your family from having to start all over from scratch. If you're a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and they will send along with your order a free ½ ounce of silver. So folks, do yourself a favor, head on over to moneymetals.com and protect you and your family from a market crash, as well as inflation. So head on over there now. You can actually own physical gold and silver. Go to our friends at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description. And don't forget to use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y. If you spend more than $100, you will get a free ½ ounce of silver. For those of you looking for my address, there it is right here. And you guys know I have an alternative website where I post original content as well as other content that is banned from YouTube. It's $3 a month. All proceeds go to Finding Life's Purpose Foundation, and you have unlimited access. Be very careful of people out there trying to impersonate me. They're asking people to send them money. Don't fall for it. I will not ask you to go to WhatsApp, nor will I ask you to go to Telegram. And here's how you know if I'm the one responding to any of your comments. A person makes a comment. If I respond, you'll see a dark circle around my name. See that? From time to time, I will use material that is copywritten. Just so you know, I am exercising my fair use rights. And so I put this disclaimer on there just in case. So let's see how our friend here, Plan B, is doing. I can't help but refer back to him because I'm impressed at the predictions and the accuracy of them. And so Plan B predicted 63,000 sometime in October or for the month of October. Where are we today? A quick look at the market shows what? Whoa, look at it, Bitcoin. 62,400, although I will admit, I think Bitcoin had already passed 63,000, was well on his way to 64, came back down a little bit, but now on a run again. So let's take a look at the big ones. Bitcoin, looking good, 62,454. Ethereum at 3,800. Cardano, $2.12. It's trying to get up there towards this 52-week high. Solana, same thing, you can see over the 52-week average. Polkadot, as usual, kicking tukas. Dogecoin, at least it's not around 23 cents no more, huh, guys? It's at 24.5 cents. It actually was about 25 a little while ago. Shiba making a move. Around 2 o'clock this morning, it was 29 cents, but it's not too far from there now. So these crap meme coins, it's funny because people are making some decent money off them because it's so cheap to buy so many of them. They're just crappy coins, and you just jump on them and what the heck and see what happens. Over here, my new cipher is still around $1.31. And Velocity is now up to 6 cents. So you can imagine when I first talked about it, it was about 3 or let's just say 4 cents. It's at 4 cents. And it's now gone up to 6 cents. That's a 150% increase on your investment. That's not too shabby. So not too bad, Plan B. It looks like it's going to happen for you. We are only at the 19th of October. And I have a feeling not only is it going to hit 63,000, but it's going to get closer to 65 by the end of the month. And with good reason. We take a look at silver above $24 now. Look at this. Let's take a look at it hour by hour. The other day, I was all happy about this. Yeah, so look at this. Let's go almost straight up, and then took a little bit of a dip, and now look at there it goes again. So if you look at where silver was here on the 12th, and over the week, it's gone up from $22.51 to $23, $24. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it is when we're talking silver. That's a pretty good jump, and it's continuing to steadily go up. Slowly but surely. At least it's going in the right direction. Let's talk a little crypto here first. This is Representative Tom Emmer wants stablecoin over CBDC. Crypto people, you can understand the benefit of them working with the stablecoin as long as it's not 100% digital currency. I will support that. I just don't want us going into 100% digital currency. I want it to be able to exchange it for a physical currency that I can use. What they're trying to do is put us into 100% digital so they can keep track of every little thing you do. He says there's nothing that screams techno-optimist about U.S. Rep. Tom Emmer, the fourth-term Republican member of Congress from Minnesota. The 60-year-old is a collector of toy trains and tractors. That's actually kind of cool. I collected trains for the longest time until somebody stole them all out of our house. I never bought another train after that. And just thinking about it's pissing me off all over again. Because I was one of those people that had one of those huge sets. Yeah, never mind. You have to be a boy around my age to understand what it was like to get one of those trains. And you had the electric tracks. And you spent hours putting together this. Anyways, it was a lot of fun. And that weird smell from the electricity. Anyways. He first learned about cryptocurrencies in a book. In a memorable scene from the coronavirus pandemic months, Emmer appeared upside down on a video during a congressional hearing. Yeah, I remember that. So anyways, he wants us to go over to a stablecoin. Here's where he gets us. Emmerman understands cryptocurrencies better than most, especially among his peers, and has emerged as one of the industry's fiercest political advocates. Decentralized technology is inevitable. That's what he said. And elected and appointed officials can either support the growth of a homegrown U.S. crypto sector or see it advance elsewhere in the world. I agree with that. But this greed, these people that we have in control right now, the same people all the time, are constantly in a way trying to push us into this great reset agenda. And it really wreaks havoc on our ability to be the powerful nation that we are. By the way, word has it Nancy Pelosi is stepping down. We'll find out how true that is. So, Emmerman wants us to have a stable coin. He does not want us to go into the central bank digital coin. I love this idea, and let's support that. He goes on to make his case down here. Why? It says Emmerman is a powerful ally to have on the Capitol Hill, in addition to co-chairing the Congressional Blockchain Caucus, which works to educate other legislators. He is the chairman of the National Republican Congressional Committee, which works to elect more Republicans in Congress, and is ranking member of the powerful Financial Oversight Committee. But his crypto-related work can be seen as an uphill battle. Emmer has spoken out in length about how the digital asset industry is already overregulated. I agree. Among policymakers, he's also identified something of a bias against digital privacy and private monies. Yeah, of course he's biased. Oh, against it. Okay. He's also identified as a person against digital privacy and private monies. Well, we don't want that. So much for that. Talk about from hero to zero just that quick. No, we want privacy. It's kind of hard to say that he don't, considering he wants it decentralized. But anyways, it looks like you could have an ally, digital people or crypto people in Congress, and a pretty powerful one too. Here it goes. The first U.S. Bitcoin ETF launches on Tuesday. So it launches today. ProShares is the first company with the green light from the SEC to launch a Bitcoin exchange-traded fund. Now, this may sound like good news, and it might have some kind of bump on cryptocurrencies. It might. But I warn you, you really don't want Wall Street getting involved with any of your investments. They have a tendency to manipulate it just so they can screw people from their money. So, although you might have Republicans pushing for cryptocurrencies, you have Democrats trying to stop it. New York directs 2 cryptocurrency lending platforms to cease activities. 2 cryptocurrency lending platforms were asked to cease activities in New York by State Attorney General on Monday, and 3 other platforms were directed to provide information about their businesses. This move comes week after New York Attorney General Lydia James won a court order forcing the closure of a cryptocurrency exchange, CoinSeed. In a redacted version of the letter, James said the Office of the Attorney General was in possession of evidence of unlawfully selling and offering for sale securities and or commodities. They're putting the squeeze down on these people. Regulators in the U.S. have been ratcheting up scrutiny of a world that has so far existed in a regulatory gray area against the backdrop of rising tensions between crypto industry and regulators worldwide. Yeah, that's the government. I'm telling you. This is my issue that I have with cryptocurrencies. It all sounds fine and dandy, but you cannot grow without the powers that be trying to figure out a way how to rip you off from your money, whether through fees and regulatories and taxes, or how to control it. Because if they can't control it or they can't make money off you, they won't allow it to exist. If they have to, they'll create a problem that's not there just so they have an excuse to take you down. I brought this up before, and I'm going to bring it up again. And it's one of my favorite examples because it is a perfect way to explain to people the importance of owning gold. In 1932, the average cost of a house was $3,900. This was the size of the house right here. $3,900 back in 1932. If you look at the historic gold prices, and I know that's a little small. Let me see if I can enlarge this for you. In 1932 is $20.69 an ounce for gold. If you have $3,900 for the house on average, how many ounces of gold would it take to buy the house divided by 2069? That's approximately 188.5 ounces. That's in 1932. Let's say your family kept that same 188.5 ounces of gold. They never sold it. They never took any ounces away. They never added any more ounces. They just kept the same amount of gold. This is important because this is why gold protects you from inflation. So you can see here that back in 1932, approximately $3,900 for a house. Now let's go back to that same house. This article is from June of 2019. I was just looking for pictures of house and just decided to keep it here. This house costs $245,000, not including expensive fees that go along with it. So all in all, let's just give it a round number of about $270,000 for this home with taxes and fees. $270,000. So if you take those same 188.5 ounces of gold, multiply it times today's value, do you have enough to buy that home? $335,511. That's how much your gold would be worth right now. This is what I'm talking about, how gold protects you. It keeps you protected from inflation. Right now, prices are skyrocketing everywhere. They're lying to us about the inflation number, just like they lie to us about all the other numbers. And since the government can't be trusted to tell us the truth, you better start jumping into gold now while you can. I'm going to jump over here to a video that James did. Go to James at SD Bullion. I will leave a link for this video so you guys can hear the whole thing. But I just wanted you to hear the beginning part of this real quick.
First, watch what the aggregate central banks do and often ignore the narrative games they play.
Yeah, I agree. Watch what they do, not what they say.
Banks are on pace to collectively break their record 2019 gold bullion buying this year in 2021. Meanwhile, Poland is gearing up for another 100 metric ton gold bullion buy to begin 2022. The Chinese Shanghai Gold Exchange is delivering gold bullion at volumes not seen since before the pandemic kicked off to start this decade, the 2020s.
So ask yourself, what the heck's going on? Why is everybody buying gold? Not just small amounts, but they're setting records. Watch what they do, not what they say, and do what they do.
Indian gold bullion demand this year is going to rival record volumes hit in the 2010s. See this chart for where 1,000 metric tons of gold bullion demand stacks up historically.
Wow.
Silver squeezers and silver bullion bulls out there, buck up. The Indian silver demand, gorilla of the 2010s, may be returning, as Metals Focus reports that over 400 metric tons were imported.
Oh, look at this. India moving in on silver. Think about this. There's already a worldwide shortage. and now they're starting to move back into the silver market. What do you think that's going to do with the overall supply? Considering now, keep in mind, everybody wants us to move into the new Green Deal. They want to do this whole, oh my God, look, the world's coming to an end, save the environment crap. Look, silver is used in almost everything these people want to do in the future. Your electric cars ran on silver. Your computers, your cell phones, the solar panels, they're going to need silver. Elon Musk is building warehouses to store a plethora of silver because he knows he needs to get it now while it's cheap so he can have it for his vehicles.
India in September 2021 alone. Here's where that amount stacks up to the way India bought silver bullion in the 2010s. If and when the Indian nation returns to its average 172 million ounce silver demand levels per year of the last decade, if that happens this decade in the 2020s, good luck, London, and unsecured ETFs like SLV and SIVR changing your prospectus yet again. A reminder of how bullion bull market price increases eventually take away escalating demand from near record high gold to more undervalued silver, the supposed poor man's precious metal of choice during building eventual bullion bull market manias. When the increasingly less poor Indians of the street see gold's price climbing a parabolic wall, expect many of them to switch their bullion buying preferences to silver and import demand levels to increase sharply for Indian silver flows ahead. Moving on to the idiocy that is the inflation narrative con game ongoing, longtime silver bullion bull Bill Fleckenstein pointed out how asinine this Bloomberg opinion headline is, that underreporting escalating inflation somehow doesn't hurt average U.S. citizens. This is a crime ongoing for anyone who bothers to look at the data, as accurate price inflation is likely running at double digits currently if we take into account the actual escalating prices on rents and housing prices in the USA. The rigged U.S. government's CPI, or consumer price inflation data, has year-over-year shelter price escalations at a laughably low 3.2% increase. But just a few cursory glances at data, and we know that's a lie. Even the cost of living adjustment for Social Security is going up nearly 6% for next year, 2020.
Yeah, 6% is pretty good. Not enough, but I'm saying, usually they give very small increases. But 5.9, still small, but better than they normally do.
2022, as the poorest among us often suffer the most under high inflationary regimes. Meanwhile, get ready for a cold winter full of fueled escalating natural gas price spikes to come. But don't worry, the narrative gamers at the Fiat Federal Reserve have no shame as their lies get exposed for all to see yet again. Anyone who thinks significant price inflation is not the primary tool for defaulting on our record debts and not save for liabilities ahead, well, I have a bridge down in the Florida Keys to sell you.
So there you have it. The demand on gold and silver is only going to increase. Take in consideration the extremely large amounts, or I should say the record-breaking amounts of gold and silver, or gold anyways at the moment, being bought by all the different countries. They obviously are preparing for something. And silver will shortly follow. Right now is the best time to be stacking. You guys are in a great position. A lot of you have been stacking now for over a year since you started watching my channel. And little by little, that stack is getting bigger and bigger. So feel happy about what's going on. I know a lot of us are like, hey, how come this hasn't happened yet? How come it hasn't changed? Well, you could see why. The powers that be are trying to stack up on as much of it as possible themselves. And they have the ability to manipulate the prices down really low so that it could be affordable for them. So we don't care about what they say. We watch what they do. And right now, they're stacking gold, and so should you. Whoa, that was a poem there, man. Didn't even realize it. All right, you guys, I just wanted to bring this to you. Look, I just showed you what gold does for you and how it fights inflation. Those same ounces in 1932, if you just held them for your family, the house you could have bought in 1932, you could still buy today with the same number of ounces of gold. Do you see how that works and why it's important for you to be holding and owning gold and silver? That's it for now. Hit the thumbs up button if you're not a subscriber. You know the deal. And I'll catch you later. I'm out.